This is my third year of ranting, and this is spontaneous. I know it's written down, but I spontaneously wrote it down, so you are getting spontaneity of sorts. This is my third year of ranting, and I've decided to take a new approach. Previous years I've ranted, have been angry and picked on different subjects, such as vegetarians who can't give up bacon and self-righteous free trade drinking mothers that deprive their kids of McDonald's but take a line of Charlie on a Friday night. My growing intolerance towards people with food intolerances. I've also ranted about my favourite sexual positions in the kitchen and how making love on the kitchen floor reduces the need to sweep. And many other subjects. But the trouble with when you make love on the kitchen floor, I've lived by myself for quite a few years, but when you make love on the kitchen floor, when you make love on the kitchen floor, you tend to spot things like, well, that skirting board needs a good clean. And it does spoil the moment, trust me. So maybe just give the skirting boards a good clean before you jump on your partner. But this year, I started feeling patriotic for probably the first time ever. With the mid-Olympics, I got hit by a wave of thinking, oh, it's quite good to be British. And Team Food GB was suddenly sprung to mind, and I thought, why don't we start celebrating more about food, do a positive rant about food. So I thought that would be a good idea. And change from my previous formula. There was too much anger previous years, and I feel the Daily Mail seems to have cornered the market on hate. We love cheap shots, we love an unhappy ending, and even our press and media got so swept up with the Olympics, they even forgot to undermine the Olympics. So it's easy to form a negative rant, and the Olympics for me, the highlight for the Olympics for me was, of course, Claire Balding. Claire Balding is on my list. I'm fairly sure I'm not on hers. I had to negotiate with my girlfriend to get Claire Balding on my list. I had to lose somebody off my list to make way for Claire, and I got rid of Kim Kardashian for Claire Balding. That was a tough decision. Anyway, same rules apply as to all my previous rants. Here are the ground rules. Little or no research has been done, maybe the briefest glimpse at Google or Wikipedia. So don't tweet me afterwards saying it was great sadness and disappointment that you commented on blah, blah, blah. So, okay, you ready? You understand the rules? So if you're thinking about walking off, shaking your head, I suggest you do it now. So once again, this will be unbalanced, ill-informed, nonsensical, and the points will not stand up to the slightest breath of questioning. Oh, and can I apologise in advance for some really lazy xenophobic generalisations? They have been included simply to get a cheap laugh. Oh, and one more thing. I'm new to food. Well, not strictly new to food. I've been eating food for nearly all of my life. But I'm new to cooking food domestically. And I wanted to inspire my two sons to cook. And when I said to my eldest son, you should really learn to cook, he said, why? I said, well, men that cook stand a better chance of getting ladies. And that he liked the sound of. And from my limited knowledge of dating, I can assure you that the staunchest, hardcore suffragette is rendered powerless to the sight of a man cooking. They cannot shove their bra in the toaster fast enough once they see a man light a gas ring. Okay, here we go. We have so many quintessential British foods, so many great British foods and traditions are overlooked and not celebrated as outstanding. For instance, afternoon tea. A light mid-afternoon meal of tea and sandwiches. An Englishman would interrupt war for his afternoon tea. We won wars and we stopped for afternoon tea. Elevensies, chiefly British tea or coffee taken at midday and often accompanied by a snack. Triangular sandwiches with a crust cut off, egg and cress. In fact, as you all well know here, we invented sandwiches. In the 18th century, the 4th Earl of Sandwich ate meat between two slices and people started to ask for the same as sandwich. Likewise, beef Wellington, a fillet of beef coated in Patchwork traditional foods, finest multi-award winning mushroom and garlic pate. Other pates obviously are available. Well, beef Wellington can be traced back to the kitchen of Arthur Wellesley, the first Duke of Wellington. Wellesley is famous for having beaten Napoleon at Waterloo in 1815. Sirloin steak, Henry VIII knighted the steak that he loved so much, sirloin. There is a perfectly genuine French language explanation for why sirloin is called such, but once Beef Wellington beat Napoleon at Waterloo, the French lost all rights to comment on anything food-related. Toast, buttery toast, crumpets, butter, jam, strawberry jam, raspberry jam, lemon curd, fairy cake, sponge cakes, all invented by Team Food GB because we invented WI markets. Scones, cream teas, Barra Breath, Welsh cakes, North Staffordshire oat cakes, Welsh rabbit. Cheese. We have more varieties of cheese in the UK than the whole of France. And from this town here, we have award-winning Pantersgown goat's cheese. Just over the bridge, we have Philip making his the best cheese in the world, voted 2010 for his Cornish Blue. And just down the road from him, they mine cheddar from a rich seam of underground cheddar found in the Cheddar Gorge. And Team GB males are sadly accomplished domestic cooks of overcooked burgers and dangerously undercooked barbecues. Anyway, rants should be not just nonsensical, but concise as well. And this is achieved by including as little fact as possible. So as we get close to concluding this victorious row down our very own culinary Eton Dorney, if you look over your shoulder, yes, you will see a tip of the hat to some great food GB achievements and traditions. But more satisfyingly, if you look even further down the 2,000 metres of Eton Dorney, you will see some floundering, hapless Australian rowing team watching Team GB cross the line in first place. But sadly, this celebration of Food GB gets close to its conclusion. I feel I need to drop some heavy Food GB bombs. So strap yourself in, because these are going to come in bullet form. Ready? Sunday roast dinners. Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding, roast lamb and mince sauce, Christmas turkey and cranberry sauce, Christmas turkey crucified by insane British mother-in-laws, setting the alarm clock for the 20th of December so they can cook the turkey for 4 days. Fish and chips, fish chips and mushy peas, chips and Savoy, cheesy chips, deep fried Mars bars, sausage and mash, mince and onions, jellied eels, binge drinking, girls carrying shoes, drunk and crying, haggis, black pudding, white pudding, chicken in a basket, full English, all day full English breakfast, all day gutbuster, red sauce balti, shepherd's pie, cottage pie, steak and kidney pie, whiskey, real ale. Guinness is from... No. Guinness is from Llanfairfechyn in North Wales, who claim to have identified the tavern where Arthur Guinness stole the recipe in 1750. Bubble and squeak, sea salt, Anglesey sea salt, Cornish pasty, Greg, pasty tax, cottage pie, Cumberland sausage, Eccles cakes, mustard, gravy, iron brew, made from girders, Kendal mint cake vodka, Chase vodka, pancake tossing races, cheese rolling races, Perkin, Welsh tea, Yorkshire tea, Welsh coffee, Piccadilly pork pie, sausage roll, Oxford roll, Manchester egg, Scotch egg. Invented by the famous London department store Fortnum & Masons in 1738. And also in the same vein, excuse the pun explained in a moment, of things you may not have known about our beloved starched Fortnum & Masons, that during the war you could order a hamper for your boys on the front, which included heroin, cocaine, and syringes. All hampers do seem a little dull now by comparison. Spotted dick, crumbles, custard, scouse, toad in the hole, Worcestershire sauce, brown sauce, invented in 1815 in Nottingham by Frederick Gibson Garton. Frederick, we salute you with an eggy-dipped lap of honour around the breakfast plate. The list goes on and on and on. But my point is, my rant is that Team GB food, Team GB is top of the medal table for food, way above the USA and France, and miles above Australia. And if you now feel so full, so well nourished by my patriotic rant about our great foods, and you're thinking, how do I channel this desire? How do I make my own declaration of support of Team Food GB? Then don't just go to the Patchwork stand in the market hall, stall 28, and spend like a lottery winner. No, don't. But do. And then go to every stand here and submerge yourself in the wonders and uniqueness of Abergavenny Food Festival. And as you taste and salivate and make the noises you normally only let out during the most private and intimate moments with your partner or your partner's best friend, salute the producer, not with the Bolt and not with the Mobot, but with the internationally recognized Team Food GB salute, which is, here's my cash, thank you ever so much. And thank you.